Name of this town. This town is just north of San Antonio. So as you can see, it's nice and overcast, and we are headed out. Another biker here. I'm headed out, and I'm headed south. I'm going to go to San Antonio, which is just like a half hour away, and then I'm going to visit the Alamo. And the beauty about this is that there are thunderstorms coming in, and they're going to be here in like an hour. So I should be at the Alamo, probably in a museum, and let them pass over. Never underestimate like positioning, like visiting something at the same time bad weather's supposed to go over. Works well. You can usually it just depends on you starting when you start your start time. Like take off a little earlier, take off a little later. So off we go to the Alamo, and I'll remember it. Hey, this trip coming out, I'm still working on those graphics early, but hopefully I'll nail down something a little better later. But moving out, Texas, I'm in your office in the hill, you're in the plains here, and we're going to head to hill country, some of the best riding that there is in some of the states. But I'm headed out here, and you can see the weather was just holding, and to be Mama Cho's Mexican restaurant in a small town that's like 2,000 people called Leakey, Texas, and a small Mexico restaurant. Doesn't get any better than this. It was good Mexican food, and if you're in Leakey, I would recommend checking it out. My hope of the rain just kind of stopping and ending has not succeeded. So one place is Leakey's right in the middle of what's called the Three Sisters, which is kind of like a famous motorcyclist run. So I'm gonna see of doing one of them, how it goes. This could be interesting. Just a quick stop, and yes, oh god, the drizzling started to come in. Oh, it was terrible. Oh, but I persevered through it. Okay, I guess this is where there was an Indian raid, site of the McLaurin Massacre. You know, the interesting thing about this place, when I was here last, like a number of years ago, it was bright and sunny. Now it's just a drizzle. Granted, that's complicating matters, but okay. I mean, it'd be nice if it was all bright and sunny. I could do it faster, but as it is now, I have to go a little slower, take time, be a little more careful. As long as it's not a raging downpour. Out here in the amongst the ruins, they sure do know how to make you feel safe. 8 killed since 2006. Out here, they're just pretty much just ranches. I kind of wish there was more. What is it? Well, obviously more visibility. I wish there was less rain. But okay, well, you know, you get here when you get here. You have to deal with what the weather brings.
I wish I could show you more, because this is all twist and turning. This is some great riding, and especially if it was clear, you could see out all over the hills. Probably see some of the cows or the herd animals that were just out there eating. Oh, this is some of the better riding. It's just so unfortunate that the weather was not cooperating.
Now, as I recall, this up here was actually a really great view. I think I got some pictures from back when it was, but fortunately now the weather's not helping us.
The last little bit I'll talk about here is that this whole Texas Hill Country, the Three Sisters, it's a measure of a couple. 336, 337, and 338, all just basically an hour west of Austin. And they are great riding. It's a lot of hills, like up, down, so you can feel the temperature change on a motorcycle. You can feel that. You can't feel that in the car unless you're in like a convertible, but you can really feel that in the motorcycle. Also, the back and forth, the kind of elevated views that you can see out over the country. There's a whole lot of signs here about watch for cattle, watch for motorcycles. But if you could, there's a lot of people who live out here on ranches, and they really do like motorcycles. They see it, and I wish the weather would have cooperated, because I had water not only inside the case, I had it outside the case. It was just, but it was not raining very hard. It was just, I was dry, except it was really hard to keep the camera dry, which I'll have to work on in the future. So this is a short one, because it's blurry enough. No one's going to really see much that's worthwhile, and that's that. Until I got to my next stop, and the weather would be nicer.